Hello, so the day is October 27th and 28th, and my Los Angeles Dodgers just got done playing their second 18-inning World Series game, and the second one I've watched in its entirety. Actually, technically, I did fall asleep a little bit for the 2018 one. I did wake up before the end of the game. I think I woke up in the 13th, so I, I almost basically still watched two games. I missed like an inning or two. I fell asleep. I was like, whoa. And I had a test that next morning. I was in high school. But anyways, so let's talk about it. First and foremost, to those of you who want the runner to be placed on second, like the Manfred rule in extra innings, I have to question, do you even like baseball? Did you not watch that game and say, hey, that was one of the best games I've ever watched? Obviously, it was very tiring. The game would have been more enjoyable if I lived on the West Coast. I live on the East Coast, so the game ended at 3 in the morning, and I had to get up at 6:50. So it was pretty rough. Luckily, I didn't have to get up earlier. But that game was absolutely fantastic. High pressure throughout its entirety. It was pretty low scoring, not super high scoring. I mean, it was low scoring for it being 18 innings long. Great pitching, and just fantastic bats from star players like Vladdy and Shohei Ohtani, obviously. And then Teo also played well. And the little, forgot his name for some reason, but the fat guy on the guy who's built like me on the Blue Jays. But anyways, so yeah, I really question, do you even really do you like baseball? So that was fantastic. So my key takeaways from the game is that, number one, a man who didn't even play in the game clearly I think he has the most heart of maybe anyone in all baseball on the or anyone on the Dodgers, because Walker Buehler did the same thing this guy did, but he actually did it. Yoshinobu, after completing Yamamoto, after completing his complete game 2 days ago, he elected to warm up in the bullpen. He was ready to pitch in that game. If they would have walked the man on in the 18th inning, Yoshi would have pitched in the 18th and certainly would have pitched in the 19th if we didn't hit that walk-off home run. So just absolutely a ton of heart out of him. And then, furthermore, Shohei Ohtani, absolutely fantastic game. Reached on base 9 times. 4 of them were intentional walks, and then 5. He was not trying to walk him on that 3-0 pitch. I know John Schmaltz said he was, but if you look at how the catcher was set up and where the pitch was located, it wasn't an intentional walk. He was trying to rework his way back into that count. And the Dodgers, the key takeaway of all those walks were that the Dodgers really failed to capitalize on it. You shouldn't be able to walk a guy 4 times intentionally and 5 times in total and have a game go to the 18th inning when you didn't score in extras whatsoever. That's just a little bit shameful of the Dodgers. Mookie Betts had a terrible game offensively. It's pretty good defensively. As he has been all season. Actually, after the first month, once he settled into shortstop. But yeah, fantastic job by Shohei. Mookie has to step it up in those situations, which he usually does when you intentionally walk Shohei Ohtani. But he was nowhere to be seen that game. A lot of people were like, this is stupid. You should be able to walk. Well, first of all, you're not a baseball fan. That's how baseball works. So they're like, oh, you should be able to cap how many times you intentionally walk. I'm like, no, you're walking somebody with nobody on or people on the base. Tell your team to do their job, get a hit, and you'll win the game. So the best way to beat intentional walks is to be good. So that wouldn't be an issue if, for example, Lou Gehrig was behind him like Babe Ruth had. He has Mookie Betts behind him, and Mookie Betts is a future Hall of Famer, one of the best players ever, and he failed time and time again last night to hit Shohei in. And then that stolen base attempt by Shohei. I don't know what it is with this season. He's just not been able to. Because I get he's pitching, so he doesn't want to steal as much, but the efficiency's way in the gutter. He's just not either been getting as good of a jump because people know he's good at stealing now, or that his legs are more tired. I really don't know. But yeah, so bad stolen base. I mean, he got in there and then he came off the bag. But anyways, yeah. But second takeaway is the missed homers by Will Smith. I 100% thought that Will Smith home run was, the Will Smith non-home run was a home run. I think everybody probably thought it was gone, especially every Dodger fan. Because my Dodgers, it was what, the 13th or 15th inning? And, I was very tired, and I want the game to end at this point. Just because I had to get up really early to the next day. And so not only did I want the game to end, I, walk-off home run by Will Smith himself. That would have been awesome. If Max Muncy hit one in the 18th, that would have been incredible. It was the 13th or 15th, can't remember what inning. Just took foul. So, yeah. And then the big takeaway is Shohei's game and then relief pitching. Oh, my gosh. Where did our relievers learn to find the zone? Fantastic job by everyone. I'm not even going to hate on Blake Treinen too much because if Vladdy's hit was a bit lucky, that's baseball for you. So he got a bit unlucky there. But he's been seeming to get unlucky all season. So at what point is it luck and not, how you're pitching? Being bad, throwing bad relief appearances and getting unlucky, I think that's what's happening. So even when he's having good luck, he's not getting out of innings. And then when he's having bad luck, he's 100% giving you up a run. So yeah, I think that's what happened there. It was pretty decent pitching, bad luck, and gave up a run. And his pitching's not been great at all, so you can't really expect good pitching out of him right at this point. For whatever reason, I don't know. I'm sure we'll try to fix that next season. Can't fix it in the postseason. Great job by Roki to extend the game. Wow. Just the relief. Roki wasn't our best reliever that night, obviously. Just incredible. Yeah, I wish Graterol was not injured so we could have him. And then obviously Alex Vesio was sorely missed because, he's our best reliever other than Roki at this point. Other than that, what a fantastic game. I wanted to yell and scream, but, it's 3 a.m. I didn't want to wake everybody else up that was not watching in my house. So that was very unfortunate. Now we're going to talk about the game 4 predictions and analysis of what I think is going to happen. I think Shohei, it's so hard to bet against him because he's so good. And I'm a really big fan of Shohei, obviously. I'm sure you've seen some of the other videos. I think I only talked about one of these baseball videos. No, I've talked about 2 or 3. I've glazed Shohei for sure. And I really like Shohei Ohtani. All last season, I was, keeping up with the 50-50 season before it was even, thought that it was possible. I was watching every single game. I watched a lot of Dodgers games this year. Only one I regretfully wasn't able to watch was Yamamoto's almost no-hitter because it was blacked out in my region, so I didn't get to watch it if I wanted to. I guess I could have streamed it illegally, but I wasn't going to do that for a regular season game. And I had the MLB, whatever it's called. So why should I even have to do that? But yeah, that's the thing. There's no way. I don't live close to Baltimore. I'm not going to a game. Why do I have to resort to illegal methods to watch a game? When I am literally paying you money to watch games, it's pretty infuriating. So yeah. That's the one game I missed that I really would have liked to see, even though it would have pissed me off of the way we lost that one. But yeah, what I was saying was I don't think Shohei's going to have a great game pitching tomorrow. It's hard to think that your pitcher is playing 17 or playing 18 innings is going to have a good time settling in. I think he's just going to be a little fatigued. I think the velo is going to be down 1 to 2 miles an hour, probably about 2 miles an hour on average. If he does do good, I think we'll only get about 5 innings out of him. Shohei's unfortunately not a type of pitcher that goes long. And don't get fooled into thinking that Yamamoto is usually a guy who goes long innings. Apparently he does now, though. So, yeah, in the postseason, everything can kind of get thrown out of the water. That's just a kind of a fact in baseball. Like, the regular season doesn't necessarily indicate what players will be good, what players will be bad, especially for pitching, how they'll do. So I think Shohei's going to come in. We might actually have to see Kershaw tomorrow just because of how much the bullpen was used up. He was one of the arms that wasn't used too much. Roki might be able to pitch 1 inning in there for closing. So if we see really 6 solid innings, six innings, two earned runs out of Shohei Ohtani, it'll be a fantastic game from him. And hopefully his bat is good this game too. If not, just to get walked, hopefully the fear from last game of him hitting the 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and walking 5 times. That's a crazy stat line. Just scares the Blue Jays into walking him. So he doesn't even have to be good tomorrow at the plate. They just make him good by the sheer fear. And since he's pitching tomorrow, he's probably not going to steal any bases. He's probably not even going to attempt it because it's taxing on your legs and you use your legs in your pitch. So I don't see him stealing bases tomorrow. He could. It's the World Series. All things are off limits. There's you can do whatever. Like Yamamoto will start warming up in the 18th inning. Or I guess he started warming up 17th. But so I don't think he's gonna have a fantastic game. I'll be pretty happy if he gives up like 3 earned runs, which is still a solid outing. He'll be like 3.50, 4-ish ERA, which isn't great, but that's pretty solid after an 18 inning long game fiasco. If we could get to the bullpens is going to be the real question tomorrow. I think Kershaw will come in. I really do. If Kershaw because Kershaw didn't pitch too much last, he only faced that one batter, an insane situation there from my favorite pitcher ever. I got to see his whole prime growing up as I guess I didn't technically grow up as a Dodgers fan, but his whole, most of my life I've been a Dodgers fan though, at this point, which is crazy to say. I'm old now, I guess. So yeah, I guess also, you're usually a fan of a team pretty early in your life, so I guess it's not too fair to say. But yeah, I love Kershaw, so I hope he pitches well tomorrow if he does pitch. And just seeing how he can go, because the bullpen for the Blue Jays shouldn't be good at all. They used a lot of arms. They were about to go to their starter too. Their starter coming in isn't too great anyways. Shohei is a better starter than him. I think every single one of the Dodgers starters is better than the Blue Jays ace, just because of how good Glasnow's an ace on like a bad team. Shohei's an ace on a pretty good team. Yamamoto's an ace on basically every team. Maybe arguably not the Tigers, And then Blake Snell's an ace on a really good team, arguably every team, but like the Tigers, the Dodgers is arguable, but I think it's UFC obviously. The Dodgers, you could say the Red Sox, but I think he's a better pitcher. He just didn't have a better season, obviously. You could argue the Phillies. Christopher Sanchez had a really good season, and he's just a fantastic pitcher. Oh, and then the Pirates, obviously. Skeens is amazing. Um, Same with Yoshi. You could argue that Skeens is better. I don't think Skeens is better. I've gone over that a couple times. Not on this channel, I don't think. Um, but if you know me, I've said this for months before the postseason started, that Yoshi's the best pitcher in the National League. I do still think Scooble's the best pitcher in the league. Just really good. So is Yoshi, obviously. But yeah, because Scooble just doesn't seem to have bad games for whatever reason. Yoshi will have a bad game every once in a while. Yoshi never has a bad game 2 games in a row, though, I'll tell you that. Yeah. And then Skeens never pitched in like a high level situation. He's never pitched in a meaningful game in his entire career. So we don't know what he's doing in those situations. So tomorrow, the Dodgers need to come out early with some good offense. The winner of this game, if the Dodgers win this game, they win the series, in my opinion. If the Blue Jays win this game, it's going to be a battle. It probably gets to 7. 6 or 7. Gosh, kill me. So this game's definitely the biggest game of the series. Well, last night was, huge. But tonight it lets you go 3-1 if you're the Dodgers, and then tie the series with their Blue Jays, and makes you go, okay, the 18-inning game was a fluke. We could have won that one. But, you lose an 18-inning game, and then you lose the game after, you're kind of defeated. So, yeah. I guess that's all I have to say for now. Not the most entertaining video, per se. But that was kind of just my thoughts on the World Series. I wish I could have recorded this fresh, but like I said, I'd get up really early in the morning. And then also I don't want to be loud. So, let me know what the audio is, because this is a new phone. So, it's going to let me record longer videos. The Babe Ruth video is going to come out after the World Series. I'm hoping the Dodgers win the World Series, so I can make the case for Babe Ruth, despite the fact that Shohei's adding to his legacy. And Shohei won't be the focus of the video or anything. The video is going to be focused on Babe Ruth, obviously, but being that he's also a pitcher hitter, he's going to come up in the video, obviously. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.